What's up, Raider Nation? I'm Raider back here with another video, and hey, you guys already know that when I put that intro in, it's gonna be a fun video. So today I got something really special cooked up for you guys. I asked you guys on the Instagram, what videos you guys wanted to see during everything that's going on around the world right now. Everybody knows what's going on around the world right now, so I don't even gotta give a spiel. Just stay inside, wash your hands regularly, social distance yourself, guys, so we can get through this as a nation together. Because the sooner we get through it, the better, so everything can go back to normal, so we don't have to be quarantined. Uh, do what's right. Make good precautions and just be smart and safe and healthy, because that's all we can do during these times. And also stay positive, because you know everything that you hear on the news isn't true about everything that's going on right now. So just stay positive, wash your hands, social distance, and play it smart, safe, and healthy. Smart, safe, and healthy, so we can all get back to some sense of normalcy as a universe sooner rather than later. But anyways, enough with that. Now we get on to the fun stuff. I asked you guys recently on the Instagram. I don't know when this is coming out. I think it's going to come down maybe 2 days after I recorded this. So today's May 11th. So maybe on the 13th. I don't know. But I asked you guys recently on my Instagram. I made a questionnaire, and I asked you guys, due to this quarantine, I've been really bored. What fun video should I make for you guys? And somebody suggested. In fact, my graphic editor suggested uh, a comment, and you guys are going to get it right. You guys are going to be able to read it right now. He suggested that I go ahead and do a video where I describe what I think the sophomores who were rookies last season, how I think they'll perform this year as they did as opposed to their rookie campaigns. That being Jacobs, Crosby, Farrell, Mullen, Foster, Moreau, the whole 9 yards. So I'm gonna try to get to all the rookies, give my stat predictions. I'm gonna read off their stats from last year as well, and this will be a very interesting video. So sit back and enjoy, guys, because when I get into my actual editing with this intro, you guys know it's gonna be a good video. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the intro. See you guys next time, and as always, go Raiders. All right, Raider Nation. So here we have Cleveland Farrell. Now, Cleveland Farrell, he definitely was a little bit of a disappointment, a little bit of a shock to the fact that he didn't perform as well as he did as we took him at number 4. He only had 4.5 sacks, and he had 24 solo tackles. That's not great. That's not what you expect in the 4th overall pick. Personally, I thought we probably should have taken Brian Burns instead of him, but it's a flip of a coin now, so you really can't change it. However, I do fully expect Farrell to outperform expectations this season. You got to think of a couple factors. Okay, let me move this so I can read it better, because I have everything right here. Um, when you consider a couple of factors, I think Farrell will outperform expectations this season. Okay, so one, he's in Miami with a personal trainer along with Colts defensive tackle DeForest Buckner. Him and DeForest Buckner have been working out with a pass rushing specialist in Miami who can teach him techniques, hand movements, spin moves, and all those little techniques you need to be a good pass rusher to shake the tackle and get the sack. That's obviously what tackles do. Edge rushers do. So, considering all that, considering the fact that Farrell has also tweeted on his Twitter that he's going to come back a totally different player because he owes it to the fans, I definitely think he'll come back an even better player. Fact number 2, and this one's a big one that not too many people seem to consider. Crosby did very great last year. Him and Cleveland Farrell are going to be great, right? Together. That's obviously what's going to happen. That's obviously what we're excited for. Now, keep in mind that Crosby had 13 sacks last year. Was the run up for defensive rookie of the year behind Nick Bosa. He's going to be just like Waller, and I said this and I'll say this again, Raider Nation. A lot of NFL defenses and defensive coordinators are going to start planning to keep extra eyes on him and Darren Waller more than they did last season. And the reason why that is because, coming into last season, we didn't know the type of players Darren Waller and or Max Crosby could be. Now, I'm only going to focus on Max Crosby here because of this is Cleveland Farrell segment. But, you know, you have to consider that we didn't expect, Crosby to be as good as he did. And even when he started outperforming expectations last season, NFL defensive coordinators didn't know how to stop him. Now, when they face the Raiders' D line, they're going to have extra protection on the right side of the line, their offensive line, and they're going to game plan for Crosby. Therefore, I think that'll open up a lane for Farrell, considering the fact that Crosby is going to be triple teamed, double teamed. You know, um, Farrell's going to be overshadowed because opposing defenses won't think much of him, as many Raider fans did this season. However, like I said, I think that's going to play a key factor into Farrell having a revival season of sorts. Because I think Crosby goes down in stats, and I definitely think this is a blessing in disguise for Farrell. Therefore, I'm sorry, guys. Therefore, I have Farrell finishing off with 33 total solo tackles, 6 sacks, and 11 QB hurries. That is more than triple of what he had last season in his rookie year. I think he'll take the next step to being a great pass rusher. He's got the tools. He's just got to put it out there. And like Zay Jones, he's been putting in the work this offseason despite everything going on around the world right now. So credit to Cleveland Farrell, and let's get ready to see him play next season, man, because he's going to come back a totally different player. I could not wait. But there you guys have it. There's my final stat predictions. 33 solo tackles, 6 sacks, and 11 QB hurries are my final stat predictions for the 2020 season of Cleveland Farrell. All right, so next up is my favorite rookie. Probably your favorite rookie, but most certainly my favorite rookie. Should have been Offensive Rookie of the Year, Josh Jacobs. Now, we all know who Josh is. We all know what he can do. He's a dog, so he needs no introduction. Josh Jacobs obviously should have won Offensive Rookie of the Year in place of Kyler Murray, which is obviously why I put my Roy in quotation marks. Um, but last season he had 1,185 rushing yards on 7 touchdowns, and again he missed 3 games due to injury because of the shoulder injury he suffered against Green Bay in Week 7. So he missed 3 games, but he still did phenomenal. And Josh Jacobs, man, people don't realize the Raiders would have been irrelevant yet again had Jacobs not been there for us. He won us 3 games. If you really think about it, he won us the London game. He won us. Uh, he won us the game against the Chargers on Thursday Night Football, and he won us the Broncos game in Week 1. So people don't realize, man. If there's any valuable player on our team, it's him. We would have been probably 3-13 without him. I'm just gonna go out there and say it. So if you're gonna underestimate the value of Jacobs, that gives you a reason not to. But Jacobs' stats, I mean, they're only gonna get better, and that's scary because he's gonna be a beast. I think he can be a Hall of Famer with those kind of stats. I know you guys are gonna come shooting the foot at me, but I don't care. Jacobs' stats are only gonna get better, man, and I'm so excited to see it because Josh is gonna be a Raider, a career Raider, something that Cleo Mack thought he was gonna be, but was never because he didn't deserve it. Obviously, he was wanting too much money. But I predict that Josh Jacobs will have yet another historic season, break more of Marcus Allen's records, and will have 300 attempts as opposed to 246 to 1,305 yards, 9 touchdowns, and a dark horse offensive player of the year. Now, you can't say that with very many Raider players, but here's one where you can say, you know what? I see that as a possibility, because I do. Josh Jacobs, like I said, is only going to get better, and he's only going to get scarier, and complete package. Josh Jacobs is that dude, man. No introduction needed. Josh Jacobs is a beast. Enough said. Can't wait till next season. He's only going to get better. Sup, Raider Nation? Hope you guys are enjoying the video. I came in here to interrupt you guys for a second. So next up is Jonathan Abram. Now, Jonathan Abram, I didn't make a graphic for. in my opinion, it's really hard to grade him considering the fact that he got hurt last year. He only played one game, maybe 60 some snaps in that one game against Denver week 1. So nobody knows what he's going to look like. So I'm not going to grade him due to that prospect. Although I do expect him to have a good season. Will essentially be his rookie year since we don't know what he's going to look like. So, like the wardrobe change, guys. But nobody knows. I don't want to predict anything because I can't even I don't even know where to start. He only played 60 snaps one game, so I don't know how to grade him. And I think it's unfair to grade him because he got injured. So we're just gonna go ahead and leave no grade on Jonathan Abram. But hopefully he'll have a good year. All right, Raider Nation. So next we have Trayvon Mullen. Now Trayvon Mullen was our second round pick, and originally I wasn't too fond of him, but later on I realized he was going to be a really good player. Mullen Island, the island that Connolly wished he was on, but he didn't end up being on that island. Mullen has great intangibles. He's a stud, and he's also not only a work in progress, but he's a stud, and I think he can be something great in the future. I really do. That's why we consider him on Mullen Island. He's a lockdown corner that will only keep getting better. He's our cornerback one. As much as you want to say, oh, well, maybe Damian Arnett will take over for Mullen. No, that's not happening. Last year, Mullen only had 45 tackles, and he only had one interception. No, he had, sorry guys, two interceptions, which really surprised me because I thought he would have more. He had one against, I want to say he had one against the Chargers on Thursday Night Football. I don't remember which game it was in particular, but in those games alone, he was a shutdown piece. I mean, Mullen is great. You know, Mullen's got it all. He's only going to get better, and so I predict a season in which he gets 62 tackles, 11 pass deflections, because he's really good at those. He's a big, rangy cornerback, kind of the size of what Brian Edwards is as a receiver, and I think he'll have uh, 6 pass breakups as opposed to 3, and 3 interceptions as opposed to 1. Now, those aren't glaringly amazing numbers for a cornerback one, but like I said, he's still developing. He was a raw prospect, but he's going to be a really good player in the future. I can't wait to see what he can build himself up as, and I do expect a more floor season this year from him than what he had last year. A lot of us were really concerned when we traded away Conley that Molly wasn't going to be able to step up as much as we wanted him to, but boy, were we wrong. And Mullen Island, cornerback one, I can't wait to see what he does for us next season. I really can't. Alright, guys, so here's another one of my favorites. You guys know I love this guy, Mad Max. That dude. Once again, he's a dog like Jacobs. Max Crosby, man. What a stud. If you're going to find a gem in the 4th round, he's the guy you're going to go snipe. Max Crosby is a man amongst words. He's really hard to explain how in the role we never figured he was gonna be this good. I thought maybe from first bite he was gonna be like another one of those Arden Key prospects, but whew, he proved a lot of his doubters wrong. He had something to prove. He went in the weight room and built up his skinny frame. He's what you want to look at if you're being doubted as a football star. He's that perfect prime example of what you want one of those. Because he did it all. Max Crosby was phenomenal last year. 13.5 sacks, 20-some QB hurries, sacked Ryan Finley 3 times against the Bengals in week, I think, 12. Yeah. Basically got us the victory. I mean, you put it on paper, this guy's a stud. And this upcoming season, that's going to be quite a concern. And why is that going to be quite a concern? It's because I kind of hinted at it in the Cleveland Farrell segment. Like I kind of hinted at it in the Cleveland Farrell segment. I mentioned that Crosby is a very good player. We all know that, right? He's going to be one of our future pieces, right? He's going to be a Raider lifer. He got himself a tattoo. That's basically all you need, right? But at the same time, a lot of these defenses are going to be keeping an extra set of eyes on him. Okay, they're going to triple team him, double team him, quadruple team him. You know, they're gonna make sure they put extra protection or make protection adjustments on the right side of the line whenever the right tackle has to face Max Crosby. Now there will be some of those right tackles that he'll just outright beat regardless of any uh, protection adjustments made. But I honestly, you know, most of these guys that I have going up in stats are being better. But I think Crosby is the only one that I have declining. I think Crosby will have a little bit of a drop off because of his amazing status on the team. I think he'll go from 13.5 sacks to 8.5 sacks. He'll have 32 QB hurries, 32 QB hurries, and he'll have 43 tackles as opposed to 33. So in some categories he'll improve, but in some he'll decline, and that's because, like I said, they know who he is now. They know the type of player he can be, and he's gonna have an extra set of eyes on him at all times. So you got to remember those factors. Now, do I think he'll still be a stud? No doubt. But will he decline somewhat? Will he find himself in some situations where he'll have to work extra hard to get out of? Definitely. But Max Crosby can still do it. His high motor takes him, the sky's the limit. I mean, his high motor is just out of this universe for an NFL player. So he can do it, but like I said, he'll face some adversity. But that being said, I still expect him to be good. So in season 2, I think he'll have 43 tackles, 32 QB hurries, and 8.5 sacks. Hey Raider Nation! Hey Raider Nation, what's up with y'all? Hey, I'm back again for another little poppin'. So next up is Foster Moreau. Now, we all know what Foster Moreau can be, and we all know what he's like. He's obviously second fiddle to Darren Waller, and him and Darren Waller are a great 1-2 punch. Good in two tight end sets, and blah blah blah. Now, against the Titans last year in Week 15, he suffered that really gruesome, I think it was a calf injury of some kind. Anyways, it didn't look good, and obviously he was in pain. Obviously, just how CBS broadcast the injury, he was obviously in pain. So I don't want to grade him because we're not sure when he's gonna come back. We want him to come back immediately, and maybe during camp, if there is a camp, uh, he'll be good to go. But I don't want to take a chance on him now, especially considering that one, Jason Witten is now around, and I know he'll probably be the blocking specialist. But two, you know, he could also eat into some of Moreau's snaps if Moreau's not physically ready due to his late season injury. So I'm gonna wait on Moreau. So for now, we're gonna give him an ungraded. Enjoy the rest of the video, guys. I'll talk to you guys at the end. Alright, so next up, guys, we have Hunter Renfro. And as you guys can see there on the graphic, I put in quotation marks slot junkie. And there's two reasons why. One, because he's obviously going to be our slot receiver. And two, because some kid, I'm not going to say who, but some kid the other day in fantasy dynasty thing I'm doing with some guys, he told me that because we drafted Lynn Bowden Jr. and Brian Edwards, that Renfro, we were going to cut Renfro and we were going to not use him anymore. That he was going to be receiver 4. That I should value him as a receiver 4. And man, ugh, I was buffooned. I couldn't believe what he was saying. I almost want to put the screenshots up on the screen here, but I'm going to be the bigger person and not do that. However, I just want to make it clear to you guys that Hunter Renfro is going to be our slot receiver. No ifs, buts, or doubts about it. We're going to use him on third downs. He's going to be our slot junkie, and he's going to receive about the same production, if not better, than he did last season. So last season, he finished off with 668 receiving yards and 4 touchdowns. Now, you have to remember, he broke his ribs against the Jets in Week 12, and he missed 3 games. Because of that, this year I think he'll have more of a rebound and finish up with 55 receptions, 706 yards, and 6 touchdowns. He's once again one of those Clemson gems that will fit well in the slot. And I mean, he's the perfect complement to what we're going to have in Henry Ruggs and what we already have in Darren Waller and Tyrell Williams. He's only going to get better. He's a Clemson product. And he had a great season as it is because we were shorthanded at receiver last year. So, I mean, you add that, when you couple that with the fact that we have this now, Hunter Renfro, and the fact that he was already so good as it is, and the fact that he most likely will play all 16 games if he doesn't get injured, he's only going to get better, and he's going to only inch towards more proficient stats. And so that's why I think, even though he's going to be a slot receiver, he'll finish off with 55 receptions, 55 receptions with 706 yards and 6 touchdowns compared to 42 receptions, 668 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Differences matter, guys. Hunter Renfro's got them all. I can't wait to see him. Third and Renfro. Third and Renfro. Let's keep commonly using him on third downs, guys. That's our map to success with him. It really is. Alright, Raider Nation, and that's pretty much all I got for the majority of the video. We still had a 5th round pick and a 7th round pick. Our 5th round pick was Isaiah Johnson, cornerback out of Houston. Now, if you guys don't remember who he is, his name probably slips your guys' head a few times. He was our 5th round corner who started in the preseason. Unfortunately, in preseason week 1 against the Rams, he suffered some broken bones in his face. Those are not something you want to play with. He suffered some broken bones in his face and went through the recovery process the whole entire year and spent his whole rookie campaign on injury reserve. They thought about bringing him back, but he relapsed, and yeah, they just kept him on injury reserve. So yeah. And our 7th round pick, who was a hard knock star, was Quentin Bell, defensive end out of Prairie View, who had converted from, I think, receiver to defensive end. Guys, if you guys out there play football, that's not gonna work. I'm sorry to tell you. He sucked. He was nothing special except for maybe some quickness and speed. He did not make the team, and he got cut after our 4th preseason game against the Seahawks. So we got nothing to grade on those. I don't know what Isaiah Johnson's gonna look like. There's nothing to go off of. And I mean, why am I gonna grade somebody who's not even on the team anymore in Quentin Bell? You know, no need for that. So yeah. Anyways, Raider Nation, hope you guys enjoyed my video. And until then, and as always, go Raiders. See you guys next time.